I began cycling when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old when my stepdad, who worked at a bike manufacturing company, got me involved. As a kid growing up, my family only owned one vehicle, and so we used to ride our bikes all everywhere, all through LA when we were growing up as kids. And then when we moved to Kern County, we lived in Mojave for a while, and we'd ride from home to the shopping center and stuff like that. My typical cycling schedule is about 90 to 120 miles a week. I ride about 4 to 5 times. Usually get a day or two off during the week. Nearly every month I do a local race that's called the Bina Time Trials. That's outside of Bakersfield. That's a 13-mile race, and it's a time trial, which means you race the clock only, not really racing any other person. You go out one at a time, and whoever has the fastest time wins. That's a lot of fun. This is my time trial bike. It's fully carbon. It's really cool. It's got an aerodynamic down tube, aerodynamic fork that makes it help cut through the wind. When you're racing this, it's cool. You get tucked down real low, keep your head down, keep your back flat. These are carbon fiber wheels. They help you go faster when you're racing. This one's cool because it's got a built-in, it's called a power meter. So it tells me exactly how much energy I'm using every time I ride. About 2.5 years ago, I took up cycling after taking 12 years off. I was overweight and needed to lose weight. I needed to find a hobby. So I picked up cycling, and I also picked up indoor soccer. So I started playing soccer with my friends, and about 6 months after playing soccer, I tore my ACL and had to have reconstructive surgery to fix it, which kept me off the bike about 3 or 4 months, and that was tough. It really motivated me when I was finally able to ride the bike again. I was riding a lot, and I set several personal records, and I think that was just due to the fact that I had been off the bike, and I was just highly motivated to go out there and perform well. The best part about cycling is that every time I go on a ride, it's like an adventure. When I used to do cross country, it seemed like I would run forever and maybe get 3 or 4 miles, in and be tired. But now I can ride my bike and I can go all day. If I spend 4 or 5 hours on the bike, I could be in a totally different area, out of the desert. Now I'm in the mountains, down along the beach, something like that. And the only thing that I don't like about cycling is that there's not enough time in the day to go and do it. There's nothing else I don't like about cycling. Throughout the year, I do several, they're called centuries. They're 100-mile rides or so. I did 3 of them last year. One of them was in Fresno, which was really cool because that one you got to ride on the freeway. There was another ride I did. It was called the Cool Breeze Century. That was down in Ventura, which was awesome because I got to ride along the PCH highway. It was really, really beautiful. A lot of friends and loved ones around me have encouraged my cycling. And I've encouraged theirs as well. A lot of friends have purchased bikes. We've done rides together. There's a full moon ride that's once a month. Every night that the full moon is, we get together, we ride out to have dinner, have a beer, and we ride back. A lot of my family rides, not as much as me, but they ride and they encourage me every time I tell them of some crazy adventure I've done. And my wife, she supports me. She lets me have a garage full of bikes and bike parts and bike gear, which is, it's awesome that she just lets me collect and partake in my hobby all the time. All in all, the money I've spent on my bikes, probably right around $10,000 or so in all the gear that I have. But that, when you split it up about 5 bikes and all the shoes and the clothes and the bike rack and all that stuff, it's quite an investment. But as a hobby, it's fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and cycling is fun because you can keep it kind of like a level playing field. The fast guys can also do a slow ride with people that are just beginning and still have fun because they can use it as a recovery ride. People that are older, like an older generation, older folks, they can still ride with young people because cycling isn't like running, or it isn't like baseball. It isn't all about talent. A lot of it can just be about getting the right pace or getting the right group, because you can draft off of people, save a lot of energy, and so you're able to go further, faster, without having less talent than, or having more talent per se than somebody else.